Go live is done. Let us go to the second. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevayam Bhavatya Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So reading from Bhagavadam, 6th canto, 2nd chapter, 47 sloka. I think we can split it into two ways. That is, of the devotees can recite at 47, 48 and then 49. Some of you can take up. Hare Krishna. Yes. Venkata Narasimha Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yayatam paramam guhyam itihasam agapaham shrunuyat shraddhaya yukto yaccha bhaktanukirtayet navaisa narakam yati nekshito yamakinkarahai yajjapya mangalo matsyo vishnu loke mahiyate. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Chitra Mohini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी।
Pranam.
ओम भगवते वासुदेवाय य एतं परं गुह्यम् इतिहासम् अगानपाहम् शृणुया श्रद्धया युक्तो यश्च भक्त्यान् अनुकीर्तयेत् न वै स नरकं याति नेक्षितो यमकिङ्करैः यथाप्य अमङ्गलो विष्णु लोके महीयते। हरे कृष्ण माताजी। थैंक यू माताजी।
Thank you, Mataji. Prakash Rao Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणामालु
Pranamalu Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय य एतं परमं गुह्य इतिहासमगापहं शृणुयात् श्रद्धया युक्तो इच्छा भक्तानुकीर्तयेत् न वै स नरकं याति नेक्षितो यमकिङ्करैः यदाप्यमङ्गलो मर्त्यो विष्णुलोके महीयते। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Thank you, thank you, Prabhuji. Suramya Madhavi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Thank you.
य एतं परमं गुह्यम् इतिहासम् अगापहं शृणुया श्रद्धया युक्तो यश्च भक्त्यानुकीर्तयेत् न वै स नरकं याति नेक्षितो यमकिङ्करैः यद्यप्यमङ्गलो मर्त्यो विष्णुलोके महीयते। हरे कृष्ण।
Prananandini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी।
Pranam.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय य एतं परमं गुह्यम् इतिहासम् अगापहं शृणुया श्रद्धया युक्तो यस्य भक्त्या अनुकीर्तयेत् न वै स नरकं याति नेक्षितो यमकिङ्करैः यद्यपि अमङ्गलो मर्त्यो विष्णुलोके महीयते। हरे कृष्ण माताजी। थैंक यू माताजी।
Mataji. I think the next sloka, I think all others can take up. Okay, synonyms. Yaha, anyone who, etam, this, paramam, very, huyam, confidential, itihasam, historical narration, aga apaham, which frees one from all reactions to sins, shunya, hears, shraddaya, with faith, yuktaha, endowed, yaha, one who, cha, also, bhaktaya, with great devotion, Anukirtayet repeats, na, not, why, indeed, saha, such a person, narakam, to hell, yati, goes, na, not, ikshitaha, is observed, yama kinkarai, by the order carriers of Yamaraja, edi api, although, amangala, inauspicious, martaya, a living entity with a material body, Vishnu loke, in the spiritual world, mahiyate, is welcomed and respectfully received. Translation: by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Because this very confidential historical narration has the potency to vanquish all sinful reactions. One who hears or describes it with faith and devotion is no longer doomed to hellish life, regardless of his having a material body and regardless of how sinful he may have been. Indeed, the Yamadutas who carry out the orders of Yamaraja do not approach him even to see him. After giving up his body, he returns home back to Godhead, where he is very respectfully received and worshipped. Wonderful purport, actually. Translation it is. Let us go to the next sloka. Yes. R. Vijaykumari Mataji, you can recite.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी।
Hare
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। म्रियमाणो हरेर्नाम करुणन् मुद्रोपशरीरदम् अजामिलो अभि अहात् तामकिम् उदस्रत्य कृष्ण कृणन् श्रद्धया
Kimu uta Shraddaya Granan. Okay.
सत्य कृणन्।
Yes. Thank
Finish माताजी।
Thank you, Mataji. Madhumati Bilasini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम माताजी।
And pronouns.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। म्रियमाणो हरिर्नाम गृणन पुत्रोपचारितम् अजामिलो अपि अगात धाम किमुत श्रद्धया गृणन्। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Usha Dayavati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। म्रियमाणो हरेर्नाम गृणन् पुत्रो उपचरितम् अजामिलो अपि अगाद्धाम किम् उता श्रद्धया गृणन्। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Mataji. Revati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। म्रियमाणो हरे नाम करुणन् पुत्रापचारितम् अजामिनो अभि आगातां किम् उत श्रद्धाय गृणन्। हरे कृष्ण माताजी, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, Mataji. Uttama Padma Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Hare Krishna Mataji.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। प्रियमाण हरे नाम गुणान् पुत्र उपचारितम् अजामिला अपि अगाधाम किमुता श्रद्धया गुणाम्। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. I think I didn't recite the previous sloka. I think I came directly here. Okay, only sloka I will take up. Yeyatam paramam guhyam itihasam aghapaham shunya shraddaya yukto yascha bhaktya anukirtayet navaisha narakam yadi nekshito yamakinkarai यदि अपि अमङ्गलो मर्त्यो विष्णुलोको महीयते म्रियमाणो हरेर्नामा गृणन् पुत्रोपचारितम् अजामिलो अपि आगाद्धाम किम् उता श्रद्धया गृणन् Synonyms. Mriyamanah, at the time of death. Hare Nama, the holy name of Hari. Krinan, chanting. Putra Upacharitam, indicating his son. Ajamila. Api even Agat went. Dhama, to the spiritual world. Kim Uta, what to speak of. Shraddaya, with faith and love. Granan chanting. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So, while suffering at the time of death, Ajamila chanted the holy name of the Lord, and although the chanting was directed towards his son, he nevertheless returned home back to Godhead. Therefore, if one faithfully and inoffensively chants the holy name of the Lord, where is the doubt that he will return to the Godhead? Purport. At the time of death, one is certainly bewildered because his bodily functions are in disorder. At that time, even one who thought of one who throughout his life has practiced chanting the holy name of the Lord may not be able to chant the Hare Krishna mantra very distinctly. Nevertheless, such a person receives all the benefits of chanting the holy name. While the body is fit, therefore, why should we not chant the holy name of the holy name of the Lord loudly and distinctly? If one does so, it is quite possible that even at the time of death, he will be properly able to chant the holy name of the Lord with love and faith. In conclusion, one who chants the holy name of the Lord constantly is guaranteed to return home back to Godhead without a doubt. So supplementary note to this chapter, it is given here. So Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Tagore commentaries to text 9 and 10 of this chapter form a dialogue concerning how one can become free from all sinful reactions simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Someone may say, it may be accepted that by chanting the holy name of the by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one becomes freed from all the reactions of the sinful life. However, if one commits sinful acts in full consciousness, not only once but many, many times, he is unable to free himself from the reactions of such sins, even after atoning for them for 12 years or more. How is it possible then simply by once chanting the holy name of the Lord, one immediately becomes freed from the reactions of such sins? Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Tagore replies by quoting the verses 9 and 10 of this chapter. The chanting of holy name of Lord Vishnu is the best process of atonement for a thief of gold or other valuables, for a drunkard, for one who betrays a friend or a relative, one who kills a brahmana, or one who indulges in a sex with the wife of his guru or another superior. It is also the best method of atonement for one who murders women, the king or his father, or one who slaughters cows, or for all sinful men. Simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Vishnu, such sinful person may attract the attention of the Supreme Lord, and who therefore consider, because this man has chanted my holy name, my duty is to give him protection. So one may atone for sinful life and vanquish all sinful reactions by chanting the holy name, although this is not called atonement. Ordinary atonement may temporarily protect sinful person, but it does not completely cleanse his heart of the deep-rooted desire to commit sinful acts. Therefore, atonement is not as powerful as the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. In the Shastras, it is said that if a person only once chants the holy name and completely surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord immediately considers him his ward and is always inclined to give him protection. This is confirmed by Sridhara Swami Prabhupada also. Thus, when Ajamila was in great danger of being carried off by the order carriers of Yamaraja, the Lord immediately sent his personal order carriers to protect him. And because Ajamila was freed from all sinful reactions, the Vishnu Dusa spoke on his behalf. Ajamila has named his son Narayana, and because he loved the boy very much, he would call him again and again. Although he was calling for his son, the name itself was powerful because the name Narayana is not different from the Supreme Lord Narayana. When Ajamila named his son Narayana, all the reactions of his sinful life were neutralized, and he has continued calling his son and thus chanting the holy name of Narayana thousands of times. He was actually unconsciously advancing in Krishna consciousness. One may argue, since he was constantly chanting the name Narayana, how was it possible for him to be associating with a prostitute and thinking of wine? By his sinful actions, he was bringing suffering upon himself again and again. And therefore, one may say that his ultimate chanting of Narayana was the cause of his being freed. However, his chanting would have then been a Nama Aparada, Nama Bhaladhyashyahi, Papa Buddhihi. That means one who continues to act sinfully and tries to neutralize his son by chanting the holy name of the Lord is a Nama Aparadi, an offender to the holy name. In response to that, it is said that Ajamila's chanting was inoffensive because he did not chant the name of Narayana with the purpose of counteracting his sins. He did not know that he was addicted to sinful actions, nor did he know that his chanting of the name Narayana was neutralizing them. Thus, he did not commit a Nama Aparadha, and his repeated chanting of the holy name of Narayana while calling his son may be called pure chanting. Because of this pure chanting, Hajamila unconsciously accumulated the results of bhakti. Indeed, even his first utterance of the holy name was sufficient to nullify all sinful reactions of his life. To cite a logical example, a fig tree does not immediately yield fruits, but in time the fruits are available. Similarly, Ajamila's devotional service grew little by little, and therefore, although he committed very sinful acts, the reactions did not affect him. In the Shastras, it is said that if one chants the holy name of the Lord even once, the reactions of past, present, and future sinful life do not affect him. To give another example, if one extracts the poison fangs of a serpent, this saves the serpent's future victims from poisonous effects, and even if the serpent bites repeatedly. Similarly, if a devotee chants the holy name even once inoffensively, this protects him eternally. He need only to wait for the results of the chanting to mature in due course of time. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th canto, 2nd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Ajamila, delivered by the Vishnu Tutas. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Tadasiva Padandikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanushute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpadarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedantas Swami Nidhi Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavade Paschatya Deshadharine. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So let us have a very good discussion on this, both that is topics. What are the benefits of chanting of the holy name? I think every day we are, that is the recital is going on now for the Shishtastaka and the 10 offenses. So when we are doing the Nama Aparathas, what are the constraints which is be considered actually when whatever actions if you are performing in that way, those are all considered as an offenses, correct? Na? So those has been daily basis we are actually reciting in the, that is Mangalarati time. So Nama Aparada one should not do actually. So like thinking the chanting of the holy name as an auspicious, and then for some material benefit we are chanting a holy name. All those type of things we should never do. So one should chant the holy name without any expectation or with an unflinching faith. So that also very, very important. Without Shraddha, the chanting will never get into that is a purified mode. So without any expectation, with more, that is a devotion, faith, everything we should have while chanting the holy name. So that will help the person to elevate in the spiritual path. Here Ajamila, he uttered the holy name Narayana when he was about in a critical portion of his life. But that practice came not under one day. He has uttered the names of Narayana for so many days and calling his, even though he was calling his son, but he was uttering the name of Lord Narayana. So that's the reason continuously one must chant without any offenses the holy name. So that will help them to recollect the name of that is the Lord, Supreme Lord, without any offense at the time of critical question actually in anyone's life. So that is one of the take-home points we have to consider here. So translation, the chanting, the importance of chanting, it has been given. So that makes the man, that is the devotee perfect. So continuous practice by sadhana. So by default, you will be, for anything, you will be uttering the name of the holy name. So to that level practice, and even if you are in the sleep also, even if in the dreams also, you should feel that that is the holy names actually. So to that level, one must actually submerged in the holy name chanting. So that will help the devotee at the time of critical positions to utter the holy names. Without practice, we will not be able to do anything there. So here, the translation is defined as, it's a wonderful translation actually. So because this very confidential historical narration, so whatever story we have heard about the Ajamila, so till now, how he was very much austere at the beginning phase of his life, and because of the one of the senses has made him to, that is fall down from the higher position to the lower position, and then he continued to live that same lower life with a prostitute, and still he was having some kripa. Correct now, there was one story also which I have narrated, like he was that is once Mahabhagavatas came to their house, because the villagers showed there, that is Ajamila's house only, they will treat you nicely in order to make Ajamila a critical position to make a offense, but still Ajamila invited, and then they were able to offer the that is prasadam. So all those things happened, and by leaving they blessed to name his younger son as Narayana. So because of that one Sukruti, so he was able to, it is not easy. So blindly we cannot do the things. And why we are being given actually the names, holy names, like for example, many of us after taking initiation, we have taken the names of the Lord, Supreme Lord, correct na? So many have been given that name. Why? Because by uttering those names, at least we'll be able to recollect the holy name of the Lord. That is the only intention actually. So that even for our kids also, we used to keep the names of the Lord, because while calling those names, we'll be always able to recollect the Supreme Lord, and then we will be able to that is think about him always actually. So that is the potency of the holy name. So it is not easy to keep the name, the Lord's name. So here, the Ajamila the story we have read, how much he has undergone, what are the sins he has done, and once he was uttered at the critical portion of his life, even that is the Lord carriers came and then he rescued. So actually when he got liberated, can anyone tell? After going to Haridwar, or when he got liberated? At what moment he got liberated?
He realized his mistakes and he was continuously in Krishna consciousness.
When he uttered
So then that is
Narayana,
a turning point for
pain.
him. Because another point is he was in Haridwar, very sacred place. That also has changed his
Okay.
mind and all.
Actually, practically speaking, when Vishnu Dudas came only, that moment only he got
Yes.
liberated.
Yes.
Because that is the situation. See,
After
without
seeing them.
liberated, without when a person has not liberated, Vishnu Dudas will not come. So the moment when Vishnu Dudas came, only he got liberated. Still, he was given a second chance, because tomorrow someone will be just doing all the sinful activities and then just calling the holy name. They will get liberated. That type of example should not be showcased, correct na? So that he sincerely repented, and then he was given second chance by hearing the conversation between the Yamatudas and Vishnu Dudas. So, and immediately, I think he went to the Haridwar, he renounced the current life, and then he left to Haridwar, and then he was practicing the Krishna conscious for how many years? 20 years, I think. So he stayed there, and then he did that. And after that, Vishnu Dudas came, and then he left in the chariot itself. So when the first time Vishnu Dudas came, only that moment itself he was liberated. But still, because he has done so much sinful actions, he has to clear all those things. So by chanting the holy name, by performing the devotional service to the Lord, he has to clear all those things. Then only he will be able to enter in the Vaikuntha. So here, this historical narration. So whenever when devotee is fortunate to hear this narration, because the first chapter and second chapter, it's I totally related to the Ajamila story, wherein this is an historical, it is not a mythology. Say generally, whenever you go in a YouTube or somewhere and all, so Mahabharata, Ramayana and all, they will put it as a mythology. Mythology is not a, it's not a, it's not a, what is that you can tell, it's not a fictitious or something kind of thing. History it is, correct now? It's an historical thing. It has happened in this Bharatvarsha. So we should never consider that as a mythology. That is a wrong way of addressing our historical narrations actually. So that is a wrong thing. So here, Ajamila being a very a small part, I think we can consider like a normal person, Brahmin person, wherein his life, entire life is been narrated here for in the two chapters. It has a more potency. So because how he was, how he turned out, and how he became at the end. Three phases we are able to visualize here. So if one is able to hear this, hearing, that is the Shravanam, it will vanquish, the potency of hearing will vanquish all sinful reactions of the person who is hearing. And one who hears or describes or explains, that is Kirtan also, with faith and devotion. That both the words are very important. So without having faith and simply reciting like a story, or without having devotion, so if you are simply reading, so that will not give you the expected outcome actually what you have to receive. Correct now? So one should hear or describe the story of the Ajamil, how he lived, and then how he became in the future, and then how he became the scapegoat for the senses, that is sense objects, and then he fell down, and then once again he regained because of the Vishnu Tudas and Yamadudas narration, and then finally he was able to perform the devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So there I think we need to check what made him to do, because of the faith. Okay, the faith is very important for anyone who is performing a devotional service. If you are doing without faith, that is as good as it's not considered as a devotional service itself, because we are not at all inclined. That bhava is not there actually. So you should have the faith and devotion. So that type of devotional service is no longer doomed to hellish life. That means a person, even though he has performed a sinful action, he will not be entering into the hellish life, regardless. So whatever it may be, regardless of his having a material body. So currently we may be in the material body. That is, he may become a mumukshu. That is, mumukshu means the person who will be still living in this material world, but he has been the soul being in the liberated position. So that has been, he is no more in the conditional part. So that type of situation actually, or a status, and regardless of how sinful he may have been. So whatever the sinful actions he would have performed, why we perform sin actually? Have anyone thought of this? What leads to sin actually? Why we do sin actually?
Because of her desires.
Yes, desires. Correct now? Anchoring, desires. So we want this, we want that. So because of that, we do the sinful activities. Correct now? We have that 4 defects also. Cheating, correct now? Cheating propensity. We are in the ignorance. Because of that, we have been put into the illusion mode. and then our senses are not at all perfect, and we are prone to do the mistakes also. Okay, this because of these 4 defects and the overwhelming desires, like we have to achieve this, we have to achieve that. Because of that, we are prone to do the sinful acts actually. So one must strive for the what is that real knowledge. So by devotional service only one will be able to strive, because jnana and karma will be automatically the byproducts of this bhakti actually. It will develop by performing the devotional service only. We'll come to know what is karma, and then what is the nishkama karma also we'll be able to understand, and then the buddhi yoga, that means the intelligence also the Krishna gives and the Guru Parampara gives actually under the guidance of Guru Parampara. If we are able to serve the Lord, automatically jnana and karma will be taken care in the perfect way. So by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we no need to separately go and strive for how to perform the karmas in a perfect way and how to achieve the jnana also in a perfect way in a explicit manner. So this will be like a inclusive. Okay. So who carry out the orders? Here indeed the Yamadudas who came to pull what is Ajamila, they were not able to take him, because Vishnu Dudas came and then they stopped and there was a conversation and then they went back to the Yamaraja. So do not approach him. So that's the reason one should chant the holy name without any offenses. So at the critical phase of one's life, so Lord only will give the memory. It is not easy to remember the holy name at the time of living. It is not at all easy. It will be a very tough process. For example, in our day-to-day basis also, so we are little bit healthy only now. We are not that much aged also. We are aged, but not that much. Okay. Some are in 30s, 40s, 50s also. Correct now? So we are not that much, but sometimes critical situation occurs for us. How many of us will be able to recollect the holy name? We don't know whether we'll be surviving or not. To that type of situations also we would have been exposed. But how many of us have able to recollect the holy name? That I don't think it would have been possible, because sadhana is being very less. Still we are in the process of acquiring the sadhana in a perfect way. So we should chant the holy name Vinya, that is in the prema bhava, or with the in association. So like Raganuka Bhakti. So you need to develop the taste. So we need to get out of the Nama Aparada. At least Nama Bhasha we need to strive for that. And then finally we end up in the Nama Ruchi. Nama Ruchi is not in our hands, but by at least Nama Aparada we should get out of the Nama Aparada, and then we need to aim for at least Nama Bhasha. Okay. After giving up this body, he returns back home to Godhead, where is very respectfully received and worshipped. Correct now? So we can go back to Godhead. So if we are uttering the holy names without any offenses. Okay, translation here. While suffering at the time of death, Ajamila chanted the holy name of the Lord. And although the chanting was directed to his son, towards his son, he nevertheless returned home back to Godhead. Still, because he didn't had anything like in the karma kanda mode or taking the benefits of chanting of the holy name, he never aimed actually. So without any expectations, actually he called his son's name only, wherein that name is the Lord's name. So because of that, he went back to the Godhead. Therefore, if one faithfully and inoffensively chants the holy name of the Lord, so then obviously we'll be able to return back to the Godhead. There is no doubt at all. So that is the question actually that is this sloka is telling. So at the time of death, one who is certainly bewildered, yes, obviously, because all our, that is the organs, will not be functioning as expected. If we are not able to breathe little in a free way, also we will feel suffocation. Correct now? So because of Vata, Pitta and Kapha, so at the time of leaving, we will not be able to breathe properly and we will not be able to speak also. So these type of things will happen. Our senses will not be in a very active position actually. So the bodily functions are in the disorder. So it will not be possible to utter the holy name without any hesitation, without any expectation that time. In fact, our thought process also will come or not, we don't know. We'll be more focused on whatever the pain we are undergoing. Any instant of the life, focusing on the Supreme Lord's name is very, very, that is challenging. We can tell challenging to recollect it. Until otherwise, our practice is perfect. So here, at the time, even one who throughout his life, whole life he would have chanted, practiced the holy name. May not be. There is no guarantee that we'll be able to utter. So then what? How actually the person will be able to do that? Only by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So if Supreme Lord's mercy is there, only we'll be able to utter his name. Otherwise, we will not be able to do. So that's why we need to surrender to our spiritual master and then obey our spiritual master orders and then follow the spiritual master instructions, which will please the Supreme Lord, and then we'll be able to get the mercy of him. So this is how we can achieve the Krishna Prema. Correct? Na? The 10th offense, whatever it is guiding us, we need to attain the Krishna Prema. So for that we need to do Vancha Kalpadaru, Vyasya Kripa Sindhu Pyevacha, Patitanam Pavanepyo, Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha. We should get the mercy of the Vaishnava first. So by rendering the service to the Vaishnava, we'll be able to get the mercy of the Vaishnava. So when we serve the Vaishnava, the Supreme Lord is more, he is very enjoying actually. So he loves it. So and then obviously he will be merciful to us. So why at the time of leaving, if one has to chant the Harinama, means it is by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. No other way we can chant the holy name of the Lord. So that's why we need to practice it. So at any moment of the time, you need to recite, you need to tell the holy name. For example, even if you have observed in our grandma or someone, while sitting and getting up also, they would have uttered the holy name. Correct, na? So we should have at least, that is the subconscious mind should have the collection of the holy names only. Always we should have that holy name in our heart, and then anywhere actually whatever action we are performing also, we should always think of the holy name. So if one is able to practice to that level, so obviously he will be blessed by the Supreme Lord to receive that mercy actually. So, but he has to follow the orders of the spiritual master. That is very, very important. Nevertheless, such person receives all the benefits of chanting of the holy name. While the body is fit, therefore, so then our body currently is in the fit position only. Why we are not chanting the holy name loudly and distinctly? So the 16 syllables we should utter in a proper way. So some will be very, very fast. Some within an hour also they will complete the 16 rounds. That is not at all possible. It is not at all possible. We should be more focused on the every syllable. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. All these 16 syllables should be there. So while doing the recital fast, we may be skipping some of the syllables also. So we need to take care of that part. If one does so, it is quite possible that even at the time of death, they will be able to recollect the same, chant the holy name with love and faith. These two words are very important. So if we are not showing the bhava, that doesn't define the mood of chanting itself. If there is no the proper mood of chanting, obviously it is like the it is not towards the inclination of the Lord's mercy. So one should actually chant the holy name with more that is love and faith. So then we'll be able to utter the name even in the critical phase. If we have not developed the taste, at least to the Nama Bhasha level, that will be very, very tough. So in conclusion, one who chants the holy name of the Lord constantly is guaranteed. But initially we will not have that taste because we wouldn't have established the relationship between the Lord. Correct? Which is the confidential part of the real knowledge. So Guhya, Guhyadaram and Guhyadamam. Correct? Three different phases. Like how we realize Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. That is partial realization and full realization, like that. The holy, that is having establishing. So we are body. So we are not body, we are the soul. And then we are the eternal servants of the Lord. And then serving Him is the goal of our life. And how to serve Him. These are all the confidential part actually. One should strive to know the things. So if you are able to understand this part, obviously the chanting also will become more purified. If you know the importance of even in the material life, if you know the importance of one particular task, are we more inclined and more dedicated in completing the task? 100%. For example, if you are an authority of doing a submitting of a tender, okay, and it has some of the checklist points and all, and then wherein are we careful in collecting those checklist, and then more than once or twice we'll do the verification, everything we have submitted, everything or signed, and finally only by submitting in the portal we'll be going and selecting the submit button, because more than once or twice we'll be cross-checking. So like that only we need to have the holy name chanting also, we need to be very careful, and then we need to be more inclined, more devotional into that. And then if you are able to chant, obviously at the critical position, the Supreme Lord's mercy will be able to receive. Here, this debate is there. I think we have already studied this sloka in the ninth and 10th sloka. So there was a very good debate, and I think our Mataji also has explained very nicely that time. So it's like a prayachitta. So real prayachitta, even in Parishit Maharaj's life also, when he put the dead snake on the Shamika Rishi, okay, and he left, he felt very bad about he felt that is a silly action he has performed. Even though he has not given any respect by receiving him in the hermitage of Shamika Rishi, was not received. He was not given any food or water also by the great Rishi who was sitting in the meditation. So still he would have being a pure devotee. But as per the will of the Lord, he became anger, and then he did it actually. That is the will of the Lord. But after coming back to the palace, he was thinking a lot. So he was repenting. He was sincerely repenting actually. So sincerely repenting for all the actions he has performed there. That is, even though it is a negligible action, still he was feeling very bad. So a pure devotee will never think of his great qualities. He will always think of what mistakes actually something has happened, which is not in our hands, but it is as per the will of the Lord also. Okay, in general, they will never do mistakes. But even if it has come as a mistake also, that will be the mercy of the Lord. So then he was sincerely repenting. The true atonement, what Parashit Maharaj was spoken, there was like, we should not counteract like whatever sins you have made and then do the devotional service. Only just repenting for whatever actions we have performed wrongly, and then sincerely, and then continuing the devotional service to whatever the Supreme Lord is going to, he is going to dispose. So we have to accept it. So that type of attitude one must develop. So here the debate is between how come he has done so much wrong things. He has done robbery, he has done murder, he has for the life, that is livelihood of the family. He has done to take care of his family. He has done all those things. Being a Brahmana by birth, and then he has followed the austerities, and in between he became like this. So he was totally ignorant. That means whatever action he has been performing, he has never discriminated whether it is right or wrong also. Still he continued to do the sinful actions to take care of his family. Right now? So then how come by chanting only one time he was able to, at the time of critical position, he was able to chant, and then he was about to take, that is when Vishnu Dutas also arrived there. So that time only, yes, when Vishnu Dutas arrives means that is the moment the person has got liberated itself. Without the liberation situation, the Vishnu Dutas will never arrive. Correct? No? So the debate between the Yamadutas and Vishnu Dutas was there, and then finally he was given the second chance. Correct? No? To perform the devotional service, to clear all his backlogs, whatever he has accumulated all these years as sin, and then finally he went back to the Godhead actually. Okay, so but God, the Supreme Lord's, if the Supreme Lord's will is there, so no one can do anything. Correct now? If Krishna stands to protect us, no one can. That is, no one can. What is that? They cannot make us suffer. If Krishna is not going to stand for us, no one will be able to protect us. These two punchline actually we need to. God only always stands for us. If He's not there, that means we are doing something wrong. So that we need to retrospect ourselves actually. Okay. Then we need to correct ourselves. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, what I feel like now, Ajamil has called the name of the Lord with full expectation that he is going to save him. This is what occurred to me many times whenever we are reading this particular chapter. But the crux is when he got the blessings of those sadhus, sages. So I don't know where that programming has happened, and ultimately we have seen this, because unless and until some source is there, how can Krishna comes? Still, sorry to say, we have learned all these chapters, 60 verses, 65 verses, but still I seriously feel somewhere
Actually, whatever you are speaking is like how come he was able to do that, correct now? But see, when he started his early phase, he was following the sadhana bhakti. He was a very obedient, correct now, disciplined. Yesterday I was taking class for Bhakti Vaibhav. In that one of the slokas, that is in the first canto, 5th chapter, 24th sloka, if you go there in the last two lines, that means disciplined. Okay, disciplined, obedient. Okay, so these two words are very, very, very important. So a disciple name comes from discipline only. So we need to follow the spiritual master. Correct now? So he followed the instructions as given by his father. He being a great Vaishnava, so he was able to do that, and then he followed the instructions. But because of the fallen condition in between, so whatever Sukruti he has done, that has so Krishna never forgets, even if you have done a small. There is a sloka in Isha also, wherein the prayers are done by the devotee. Don't forget Krishna, whatever I have done, or whatever austerities I have done, all those things at the time of leaving the body, correct now? We no need to do that prayers also. So Krishna knows he's there, he's Antaryami. He's sitting here, he's checking each and every action, whatever we are performing, with what intention. That is very important. Here, Ajamila didn't call for his, what is that, he was not aware, by calling the holy name, he will be protected. With that intention, he didn't do only. See, whenever we are in crisis, we that is unknowingly we'll call certain things. Correct now? We may call our mother, we may call our father. Correct now? So whichever we had the practice, we'll be calling. So if we are having the practice of calling the holy names, that is well and good. So that's why we should always keep the names of that is Supreme Lord as the names of our kids also, so that by calling that holy names, we'll get the practice. So with the kid, we'll be having and that is with the parents and the kids, relations will be like without any expectation. Correct now? So when there is no expectation, obviously that is the way the true love will come. So by calling the holy name without any expectation or something kind of thing, or not in atonement way also, so that made the Vishnu Dudas to come. So he didn't had any inclination to call to protect himself by chanting the holy name, but he called to protect himself by calling his son. So he thought that, say, when he has when in crisis, everyone has this attitude. Correct now? We will be reaching out to someone who will be able to take care, who we have the faith on them, like that. So generally, it is the Lord's name will always be helpful. So that's why whenever we are doing any action, we should have that inclination, always thinking about the Lord and performing. So that is very, very important. And then surrendering the results to the Supreme Lord, like in 9.27, yesterday also I was telling. Correct na? Yet karoshi, yet ashnashi, yet juhoshi, tadashi, yet. So we need to perform. Like how Arjuna has been told to do. So we are also sailing the same boat. We have to do the things, whatever actions as our duty is been there, we need to perform as the duty to the Supreme Lord He has given to us. So taking care of the family is also a primary duty. So feeding them and then taking them in the, that is making them to settle down in some family. All those things are responsibilities, but do it as a duty to the Supreme Lord. Surrender all the results to Him. So that will help you to renounce this, that is detachment to the material things. So that anchoring for the material things will be able to get out of that. So when you are able to get out of the anchorings of the material things, obviously you will be more inclined to the spiritual. So the material and spiritual is like a railway track only. They will never meet. So we have to, and one more thing is, if you are able to elevate in the spiritual, we have to get out of the material hankerings or desires and all. So obviously, we cannot sail in both the things actually. So this also upper side and this also upper side we cannot. So either one only we will be able to focus. So but if we go into the spiritual, actually the material, whatever we have to be given as per the quota, Ishavasya principle, the Lord Supreme Lord will bless. So we no need to worry about that. So if we are not at all getting anything, means that is the written fate for whatever karmas we have done, and simply we are able to manage it, means that is how the mercy of the Lord is there. So we need to think about that. We need to retrospect that. Hare Krishna. Any other doubts? Is that fine, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Actually, very nice and beautiful thing that for us to learn so many things from this chapter, Mataji.
Yes.
Actually, Ajamila's good fortune started when he named his son as Narayana.
Yes.
And that is also one plan of Lord Na, that he did not want his devotee to be doomed in hellish conditions. For that plan only, that there must be that he named his son as Narayana. And there was I was thinking, Mataji, that there is transition period from liberation to his going to Vaikuntha Loka.
Yes.
For
Yes.
that only he was given the second chance.
Yes.
From liberation, he started that he prepared for himself to go to Vaikuntha Loka. I'm
Yes.
thinking like that, Mataji.
No, he became realized when he heard the conversation between Vishnu Dutas and Yamadutas. Okay.
Yeah, Mataji.
And then only he became a realized soul. So when you realize, you will be able to discriminate what you have to do and what you should not do. Correct, na? So
Okay.
the punyas and all will be like a devotional service will be to the lotus feet of the Lord, and not doing the papa karma means that means we are becoming neutralized. So that's what we need to practice. Okay, even though we are not able to know what punya, what papa we'll be getting in certain actions, which is out of our control also sometimes we do na. So we need to be, fine tune that part actually. So that will come by performing the devotional service. So it will not come within a day. Day by day only we can progress, okay, and reach that top. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So if there are no other doubts, I think we'll close this.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Mataji. Sorry to come again. Mataji, what I seriously feel, I believe Krishna is everything, and I'm feeling it from inside, and because we are practicing, right? But somewhere I feel this particular chapter is open for creativity, because there can be any other ways through which the devotees can chant the name, because there are 425 types of species, and we don't know what is Shuddh Sattva according to Lord, So ultimately, he's defining Shuddh Sattva. This is what I
Yes.
need. This is what I love.
Yes.
But there can be n number of possibility, Mataji, here,
Yes. Yes.
As a devotees, we are finding out one or two possibilities, but
Yes.
it is true, Lord has come. It is true, he has chanted the name. It is true, he was sinful. It is true, he was the son of a Brahmin. He has practiced it. But what can be the probable reason? But ultimately, there was a fight between Vishnu Dutas and Yam Dutas. And ultimately, we know
Yes.
that only the dharma wins.
Yes.
He
One,
was trying.
yes, Mataji. See, we are all situated in different. Everyone is unique here. Everyone karma is unique here. Correct, na? And then whatever actions we perform also is very unique to ourselves only. So it depends on the combination of which mode we are doing. And it vary also. Still, Lord accepts us. You should see the nature, that is the what is the divine quality, the transcendental quality of the Supreme Lord. See, in our human life, in our family only, if somebody is not in the right track, means we'll start shouting at them. Correct now? Why you did this mistake? We will be arguing. So we won't give the proper way of approach only. So that type of issues and all will come in our family life. Correct na? But Supreme Lord is so merciful and so transcendental, wherein he takes even the Jagai Madai and Ajamila kind of people also to that extent. So we should understand the position of the Supreme Lord. So by say all this, whatever the stories we are hearing in Bhagavadam, all the lessons for us to realize. So that's how our purification happens. If we are not realizing, I think the purification process is not in the progress. So one should strive to realize the things that will help them to elevate here. Okay. So it is not that only one mode, and the examples are very minimal for us. I can tell, though Bhagavatam is a very big book, it will take years together. We have to complete this entire, that is 12 cantos means. Still, for one type of actions or whatever the activities are very minimal examples only we are able to see. Why? See, when you are cooking a rice, you will be checking for one rice whether it is cooked or not. Correct now? So based on that, you will do that. So like that, we need to take that. What is the take home from one of the experience or one of the realization that will help us to elevate in this spiritual path. So that is the take home for us. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. So to serve our NND Prabhuji's team here, Hare Krishna. So Vancha Kalpadarubhyasya Kripa Sindhupya Hevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. I taken